Guys, it's Brad here from the Wealth Motivation channel, and today we're going to be talking about stocks. But in particular, I want to be focusing on one stock because this kind of stock, it has attributed to multiple people becoming wealthy. This type of stock, this type of investing. And what that kind of investing is, you might be wondering. Oil. That is right. Oil, gasoline, and all sorts of other fun stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers. So, what we got today is we have the stock of Exxon, one of the best oil slash gasoline companies out there. And so what we have is today's high is so far 81.22, which is pretty good for Exxon. And I want to say that they're a pretty strong company. They generally don't have too many big dips. But yeah, they're looking pretty strong for the foreseeable future. And I would just like to say that I think that they're going to go far. I think this stock could reach over $100 a share. Now, do I know when that stock could go over $100 a share? I honestly don't know. It could be in the next year, it could be in the next 10 years. But let's dive into a little bit more. So over the last 5 days, Exxon has gone over, I want to say the low has been at 76.57, which is a fairly significant dip. That's almost, I want to say that's about a $5 dip right there. And that's pretty good because with it coming back, it came back pretty strong. So over the last 5 days, the low has been 76.57 with the high being 81.32. And right now, as of today, at this current moment, I just checked, Exxon is sitting at 81.22 as I said. So over the last 5 days, it's taken a little bit of a dip. But, you know, with the holidays and everything coming up, companies are going to start to lower their prices. Like just in my local area in Idaho, we're seeing gas prices shooting down to below $3 per gallon, which is pretty nice. And so I would just say don't freak out. And what I've been seeing is over the last time, and I've been watching this stock for a while before I even invested in it. And like I said with you guys in the very beginning here on the Wealth of Motivation channel, that I wanted to be completely open and honest with you guys. And honestly, I wouldn't suggest you guys invest in something that I wouldn't invest in. And over the last year that I've been watching Exxon before I even invested a cent into them, guess what? They have remained strong. They have remained great. And I've looked at their 5-year, I've looked at many different things. And so they've remained a pretty strong company, and that's what I truly do appreciate about them. Anyway, moving on. So for the 1 month, we're looking at a high of 81.64 for this last month, for the month of November, and then a low of 75.49. Now, that is a fairly significant dip. That's almost a $6-7 dip. That's pretty great. And so anyway, sorry, I just noticed something that I wrote down. Had a little bit of a squirrel moment. Anyway, as I was saying, we've had a fairly significant dip over the last month, but we're coming back, and we're coming back very strong. And so I would say that we're going to keep going up a little bit. And then, you know, during the Christmas holidays, I think the stock's going to go up even more, just due to the fact that during Christmas and New Year's, lots of people are going to be traveling, going to hang out with family, friends, all that fun stuff. And it's just going to be a great, jolly time. Going to be looking for the fat guy in the red suit. Sorry, was that fat shaming? My bad. The truth hurts, people. The truth hurts. Anyway, so, and then over the last 6 months, it appears that the high has been 80.97, And then the low has been, like I said, 75.49. And then as we look at, as we go in, and I'm not too concerned about the 6 month. What I'm mostly concerned about is the 1 day, the 5 day, the 1 month, and the 1 year. I'm not so much concerned about the 6 months. And here's why I'm concerned about the 1 year. I'm looking at the high, because I'm looking at the high and I'm looking at when was it at its lowest. And from what I was researching and what I was looking at, the low is generally sometime in about, I want to say it was like March to April. Those are generally the lows. Not a lot of people are moving, not a lot of people are doing things. Spring break really hasn't kicked in or anything. It's just not it's kind of a sluggish time of year, so the stock will generally take a dip around March to April. And like I've said, this is in the past, this is not professional advice. This is just what I would do. This is what I'm going to do. And this is what I suggest. This is what I suggest you guys look at. So this is what my plan is. This is what I'm going to do for my investing in Exxon. I haven't put much more money into it. So what I'm doing is I'm waiting until March, April. We'll see how things are in February. Who knows if they take an early dip. We'll see what happens. But anyway, we're looking at the 1 year high of $89 a share. $89. That is pretty phenomenal, guys. To have a constant fluctuation per year that, from what I've seen, you can generally count on. And you can have a $20 fluctuation per year that if you get in at the right time and dump a bunch of money in, you will have, oh my word, money. Jazz hands. Anyway, sorry guys. Got a little bit carried away. Couldn't help myself. Anyway, so we're looking at the 1 year high of 89, almost $90 a share. It is insane. And I don't know what it's going to do this year. It could go beyond $90. It could be insane. Ah! So anyway, and in future videos, we'll dive a little bit more deeper into what Exxon is doing. We'll look at revenue, we'll look at net income, we'll look at the diluted EPS, we'll look at the net profit margin, operating income, net cash exchange, and cash on hand. We're going to look at all those things. Anyway, we're going to look at all those things. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick overview of what the stock has been doing over the last year as of today, and give you guys a good idea of what to be looking for. So what I would be looking for is start keeping an eye on it probably late January, mid to late January, and start seeing what it's doing if you're going to be looking at Exxon. This is just my suggestion. So look at it around then, and then really keep an eye on it about mid-February going into March. That's what I would do, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So I hope that this gave you guys a little bit of incentive to look at the oil industry, the gasoline industry. I know I am. I've always been interested in it. I mean, I know that you can't just, invest in crude oil. It's kind of hard to do that. I want to be able to do that in the future, but right now I'll settle for just investing in stocks. Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. This is Brad from the Wealth Motivation Channel, and stay motivated, get wealthy.